Earlier, I mentioned how much I hate that we use the term small talk to describe spontaneous human conversation. It's not only kind of dehumanizing and a bit reductive, but it also reveals a cultural hangup, this cultural expectation that spontaneous interactions ought to be small, ought to be superficial, ought to be shallow, that this is the correct default way to interact with one another. How's the weather? It's warm out here. You doing okay? I'm good. How's your wife? She's good. Okay, great. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. I mean, is it any wonder why people come to resent this? Because running through a hollow choreography, it feels like a waste of time, because it kind of is a waste of time. Which brings me to my hard sell. I want to try to sell you on a paradigm shift in your perspective. What I want you to start attempting to do is to really actually notice people, care about people from the moment they make eye contact with you. From the moment that first word begins to form on their lips, I want you to make a decision to be indiscriminately fascinated and invested in them. And you're going to start to notice something when you try this. You're going to notice like how numb we've become. Numb to how interesting other people really are. Numb to how fascinating it is that every person has a completely unique life journey, life story, and that we're all participating in this conscious experience together, like on this floating rock in space. And of course, I get it's not lost on me that most people hear this cynically. They think there is no way you're going to get me to adopt behavior like this, to treat strangers like this indiscriminately. And okay, I will take you at face value on that. So in your case, let me make a material appeal to you. Let me appeal to your material interests. Let me argue that it is still in your best interest to just go through the motions of this kind of behavior. Because even just going through the motions, you're going to notice something really fast that's very sad, depressingly sad. And it's how badly our society has failed to meet people's most basic needs, and how little it takes, how desperate the average person is for just crumbs of human connection, validation, of feeling legitimized, and just how much the average person is willing to give in return for so little. How readily people are going to be willing to help you, to listen to you, be persuaded by you, make a sacrifice for you with the smallest amount of human investment. And I get it, in the cynic's view of the world, people's default instinct is to exploit generosity, exploit any kindness that is given to them. It's the opposite in reality. Every bit of indiscriminate investment that you make into your environment, into other people, it all comes back multiplied to you in the aggregate. Because, like, what is the real cost to you? You're giving up nothing in the scheme of things. You're just paying attention. You're just giving a shit, right? So if you wanted to know the truth of how this works, that is the truth. If you want, quote unquote, small talk to feel less small, less awkward, less fake, less ingenuine, you have to humanize it. You have to allow yourself to be interested into what is an objectively interesting situation, no matter how brief it is. And you're going to occasionally run into fearful, damaged individuals who find this kind of behavior totally off-putting. But that's on them. You, on the other hand, you're never going to look back on a conversation that you had with regret, because you're always going to know that you were just acting the way that you wish other people would treat you, that you wish people would treat each other. And that this small talk, these small moments that we experience, they are only ever as small as we decide to make.